What is going on, everybody? It is Dylan back with another video, and we did skip last week. I just felt like there wasn't enough value uh, at players, and it didn't seem like there was much that I was going to get out of it to help you guys. So um, we waited, and if you guys haven't seen it, I did upload a video going over the roster update yesterday. So that means we have our gold players to target after the roster update. Now, I will continue to say this because I feel like some people will see it and instantly think of the wrong thing or feel like I'm giving the wrong advice, and that's not what I want to do. All I want to do is just help guys that don't have the time or get kind of confused with how they do the roster updates and try to help them get some of their investments um, to make them stubs because that's what I want as well. So most of these guys that I call out, I'm investing in as well, and that's where I get a majority of my stubs. Like you can see my stubs right now, it's at 300,000. That was just a portion of investments that I have. I still have quite a bit locked up with some players that I'm holding that I've called out. So I don't want people to think that I'm trying to just give false information. I want everyone, I want everyone to eat, man. I do. So let's talk about some gold players to target right now. Always got to watch week to week. That's how you have to do it. Day to day, for that matter. You can make stubs on a guy in one day. And I think the best example of that is Joey Votto. He is on a tear right now. He got that bump with the latest roster update, and it's well deserved. But he's doing incredible, crazy numbers that we've seen gold players go to diamond for. So Joey Vado is the first guy I'm going to shout out really quick. His price is high. I suggest probably investing in him right now before his price keeps going up. And this is if he continues on this trend that he's doing because he's hitting ridiculous right now. Like, it is crazy. I'm pretty sure he's at 7 games in a row of home runs. So uh, he could easily just stop and hit below 200 for the next 2 weeks. He might not get a bump, but if he continues and hits like around 300 and above, he's probably going to go diamond just based off of how many home runs he's hit. So Joey Votto, the first guy, 83 overall, only needs the +2. He said he's got 10 home runs since the All Star break, 7 straight games with a home run. Um, in just 14 games, he's got 10 home runs, 14 runs, 19 hits, 19 RBIs, 11 walks. It's been 365 and a 477 on base percentage. That's just after the All Star break. He's been hitting phenomenal as of late. Like the last month and a half, 2 months, he's been hitting phenomenal. So definitely somebody that I'm targeting. All right, guys. The next player that we have, as you can see on the screen, is Robbie Ray. The reason I like Robbie Ray is 2 reasons. One, he's playing an amazing. Two, look at his price. You can get him for dirt cheap right now. Dirt cheap. Like the minimum. He's an 83 overall. He did get a boost with the roster update. Most people did. Like I'd say a good 75% of players got some type of adjustment in this roster update. It was huge. I loved it. Robbie Ray right now, he's been known throughout his career, especially as of late, of being a strikeout pitcher, which is really good. That's what you want with a pitcher, somebody that can not depend on defense, even though it's good, but somebody that could just strike the guy out. But he's also given up a lot of home runs doing that. He has been locking it in pretty well lately. On the season, guys, I'll read off his numbers and then just read off his numbers since the All Star break because it's honestly amazing. Um, so right now he's 17th in the league in ERA with a 3.04. He's got 118 innings pitched, only 30 walks. He's got 150 strikeouts right now. He's got a 1.06 WHIP and a 215 batting average against. Those numbers are crazy. So now we go, and I think, guys, if you go on just MLB.com, any website that has baseball stats, and just look at the post All-Star numbers, those are the numbers you're going to want to look at for the future, and it's easier to sum up. But we'll find them here. And Robbie Ray, post All-Star break, his numbers are better. So after the All-Star break, he's got a 2.55 ERA, 17 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts, a 1.13 whip, and a 209 batting average. So his numbers are a little bit better than on the season, but they're still pretty consistent there. They're where you want his numbers to be for a guy that's trending up. For a guy that's an 83 overall and a guy that you can get for dirt cheap, like this is a really good investment. He needs +2. You can make almost 4,000 stubs per card that you buy of him if he were to go diamond in this next roster update. He should have 2 starts between now and the next between now and the roster update. So watch both those starts. If he pitches good and keeps under, I'd say, a 3.5 ERA in the 2 games, and he keeps getting his strikeouts, he's looking really good for going diamond. I mean, his Ks per 9 is only 72. He's one of the league leaders in strikeouts. So Robbie Ray is definitely somebody that I'm targeting right now for the next roster update. All right, guys, as you can see, the next player that we have, I know, Aroldis Chapman. What am I thinking? And to be honest, I think he could go back. He's one player that I'm just looking at his numbers. I do believe he can go back. Now, granted, I know that he had a terrible streak of just bombing saves. New York didn't get really any help at the closer position, so they're depending on Chapman to return to what he was and be a dependable closer. And his numbers are improving. So I'll read off his numbers since the All-Star break, since that bad streak he was on. He's got a 1.13 ERA. He's got 5 saves and 5 save opportunities, 8 innings pitched. The number that I like the most, he's only allowed 2 hits in the 8 innings, only allowed 1 home run, which was his only earned run he's allowed. 5 walks, which is a little higher than I'd like it to be, but he has 13 strikeouts, which is leading all closers post All-Star break. So obviously his Ks per 9 is ridiculously up. But his home runs per 9, his hits per 9, his clutch, all that I believe can go up. Like I said, I know he went down yet again. He went down to an 83. And I'm not saying it's going to happen at this roster update, but I believe if Chapman continues and locks it in, he will go back to diamond. Really cheap right now. Chapman is definitely somebody I'm targeting for the next roster update. All right, guys, what I'm going to do now, just because I've talked about these guys so much, but if you haven't seen any of the videos where I've called these guys out, I'm just going to redo it because, to me, in my opinion, I still feel like they're very good investments. Their numbers are really consistent, so they're cheap too. They're honestly cheaper than they were at one point. And I'm also going to throw another guy in that I'm looking at. Pete Alonso, I have not talked about him. I thought he was going to go diamond, like a lot of people did. He's kind of hitting cold just recently. He was on a really good streak, but his numbers over the last 30 days are impressive. And he's at a discount for what he was. You can go look at the marketplace. He's trending towards that 5,000. He's about 2,100 right now. So Pete Alonso is definitely somebody I'm looking at. I don't know if I'm going to full on invest in him yet, but I am going to look at him, as well as Kyle Tucker. Those 2 guys are my 84 overalls that I'm looking at right now. So Salvador Perez, I believe, I was really shocked that he didn't go diamond on this roster update. I thought this was the one, especially when I heard that they were going to do fielding, all that. I thought Salvador Perez was definitely going to go diamond. A lot of people did too. I mean, you look at his prices for the last 2 roster updates, and he's trending towards going diamond. Whenever you see that price go around 4,000, that means quite a bit of people are trying to get him before he goes diamond. So they're going to make those buy orders. That way, if he does go diamond and they don't have a lot of them, they'll have those buy orders in to get him for cheap and make stubs that way. So Salvador Perez, somebody that I'm invested in, somebody that I'm probably going to get more of right now since he's at a discount. We go down on the list. Talked about Chapman, talked about Ray. Adam Frazier got traded to the Padres, which I thought was interesting. He's been hitting phenomenally. I said that right. But yeah, Adam Frazier loaded up on, probably going to load up more. I was really shocked that he didn't go diamond. You look at the marketplace yet again, was trending towards about that 4,000 a couple weeks ago. Didn't hit it recently. It started not getting as much hits, but I think with him going to the Padres, that'll probably boost his confidence up quite a bit, as well as his former teammate Brian Reynolds. Brian Reynolds is actually hitting a little bit better than Frazier, especially with the home runs and the RBIs coming after the All-Star break. Brian Reynolds looks very, very good right now. So I have been picking up even more Brian Reynolds since the discount that we got on him. Uh, Trevor Rogers, I called him out when he was a silver, and his numbers look phenomenal for a rookie pitcher, especially on a team like Miami. His numbers have been pretty consistent all season, and I still think that he can go up. He's a young kid, 23 years old for the Marlins. Um, those are the players you kind of want to go after, kind of want to look at. So another player that I do like going further that I have invested and still going to keep investing in. Some other guys that I'm looking at right now, Jesse Winker's actually hitting the ball phenomenally again. He's hitting the ball really well. So I'll say that because I can say that properly. And Lucas Giolito has been pitching way better than what he was in the beginning of the season. Two guys that I have quite a bit of as well. I loaded up on these guys a long time ago. Their overalls, Winker went down. Giolito just went up, I think, one yesterday. Um, but with, you can get them at 1,000, the bare minimum. I'm still fine with holding them at the price that they're at. And other than that, there's not a lot of other players that I'm targeting. That's about it. So if you guys have any questions of any of these players, we did get quite a few more golds. And we did have some diamonds drop down, some silver players that are close to gold. So if you guys have any questions about that, just let me know in the comments, and I will try to get back to you guys as fast as I can. Let me know who you guys cashed out on. Let me know if it was any of the guys that I called out. So I do hope you enjoy this video, and we will see you in the next one.